We're live. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Fire's Playhouse. It's your girl, Brooklyn's finest. I'm just judging. Uh, it's hard to judge on camera, right? Because everything is like flipped. Hope you are all doing good out there. I'm going to go live on the other platforms, so please bear with me. Let's see. It is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Sunday. Nice and hot, which is great. I don't know how that's going to work as we move into August. I think we can all expect hotter temperatures, which is all good. I think we're ready for that. Can't go anywhere, but we're ready. So that's my IG, and I'm going to tap into my the Facebook. Let's see. See what everybody's up to, what everybody's doing this beautiful, beautiful Sunday. It's beautiful where I am. Hopefully it's beautiful where you are. Hopefully. I'm adjusting, right? Gotta adjust. You know, sometimes when you stand up, sometimes when you sit down, everything doesn't stay in place. Things move, so you gotta, when you sit, you have to adjust. That's it. That's all. We'll give it a little more time. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Fire's Playhouse. Hello. Hi. Hey. Hi. Hey. Ho. No hoes. Hopefully. Hey, listen. Somebody wants to know where the hoes are. Apparently, they're still doing these like locked door kind of parties in certain places where you can. I just saw somebody went to one. I won't blow somebody's spot up, but they're doing these what is that flying around, these little locked door parties where like meet and greet, but they're in somebody's house. So I call them Rona parties. You can call them what you want, but people are holding these locked door parties with alcohol, and the girls come and the guys come, and and Rona's there ready and willing and waiting to jump into a body. So make sure you don't go where the hose is at. I said all that to say that. Yeah, don't go where the hoes are. They're Rona hoes these days. They are Rona hoes. You want to be safe, right? Before we go any further, let's definitely give a hey Asis _CA. Let's definitely give a let's pray, right? We need to pray because we learned yesterday that one of the hip hop legends, Biz Markie, is actually in the hospital. So we want to send our prayers and best wishes to Biz Markie and his family, right? We want a fast, and no, we don't want fast. We want a nice, smooth, healthy recovery, because fast sometimes isn't always best, right? All right. And then I know you all heard that Regis Philbin, he passed away. He was a legend in the media world, in the entertainment world. I grew up on Regis Philbin, right? So yeah, rest in peace to Reg. He was so funny, right? So funny and so classy. Never missed a beat when it came to entertainment. I'm adjusting you guys here. You see my messy, it's not messy, it's just a lot going on back there. But anyway, yeah, so $600 stimulus people receiving. I think this is officially the last week, right? They are pulling that away. They, meaning the government, is snatching away the $600 federal unemployment benefit, which is horrible, right? That's just horrible. I know they are working. I don't know if the Democrats are working to keep it. I don't know. I'm still unclear about that. But what you should know is that they are looking to pass like that whole $1,200 stimulus thing again. So if you got that before, hopefully, fingers, toes, and eyes crossed, you get it again. But yeah, they're pulling that $600, and you know why, right? Because some of you people getting it, you don't want to go back to work, which is horrible, really horrible, but understandable. I mean, hey, listen, go to work and then unfortunately catch COVID, right? Exactly. Hey, Tony, what's up? Do you have any news to share with us? Please let me know so I can punch you in if you'd like to join. We need to keep that in mind the next time Big Bang. Exactly. Yeah. $600, I think, is a lot for people every week, especially if you're not working. This is how you're maintaining your bills, and definitely not enough. But it is something. Something's always better than nothing. But, consider this, take that $600 away. Hey, Curtis. And it's going to impact those who don't receive it too. It's going to impact a lot of us, right? Because that's money that's being pushed into the economy. That dollar is being transferred, and helping to stand up the economy in the little bit that is being done now. Hey, knowledge, super producer knowledge. Yeah, so I don't know. It's a little scary that they're going to take this away. I hope that they extend it. I hope that they extend it and then they let everyone know who's receiving it that it's going to be extended. And then, hey, by December, if you feel ready, if you go back to work, then hey, we'll give you this too. That's a working incentive that they're also trying to build into this next stimulus package. So I think that's going to work, but I think they definitely need to keep that $600 federal benefit going. In New York City, it was extended. The state unemployment was extended for, I think, is an additional so many amount of weeks. I don't know, but you can do your research on that if you are receiving it. But you still want to plan, right? You still want to plan. Don't, these are scary times. So you definitely want to plan. Hey, Rubai Larice. Oh my goodness, don't get me, Rubai Larice. So I have friends. Hey, I'm going to DAGA Mer King Reg. Hi, it's a lot. Don't get me, Rubai Larice, but I'm going to give someone a shout out later. I still love you, though. They made some really good shea butter, but we'll talk about that later. All right, so DMX, Snoop Dogg. Did we all watch that? Right? We all watched that. I haven't spoken to you since then, so this is why I'm going to rehash it. Did we all get our lives, right, from the DMX Snoop Dogg? Well, thank you, Sean. No, just living good. Yeah, Snoop Dogg and DMX were the latest versus battle, which was really, really good. Oh my goodness, this is my brother calling me. My brother's calling me during it's just like he knows that I'm doing the show. But yeah, so hey, S. Davis there, S. Davis everywhere. But yeah, DMX and Snoop Dogg was an awesome versus. This is actually the first versus that is going to be a part of the Versus TV show on Apple TV. So they use that one as their first one, right? How exciting is that? So I actually watched it on Apple TV in HD. It was really, really good. The only thing that I missed out on was the great comments that I know was coming due to Snoop's dancing and his faces. It was really hilarious, really good. But yeah, that's a good way to watch is through Apple TV. So I enjoyed that. Hey there, 71 Mad Manny 71. So there's that. And now we're talking about, I think I saw T.I. So T.I. is really like trying to get in on this versus money. He wants to, first he tried to, challenge 50 Cent because he claims himself as the king of the South, right? Oh, well, hello from South Africa. Hi there. So King of the South, T.I. Wants to battle 50 Cent. Now he's challenging the great Jay-Z. I don't see that. I just don't see that. I'm sorry. I don't see that. I don't know. I don't see that. I don't see T.I. Going against a Jay-Z. Now, I could be wrong. Help educate me. But, you all know I'm from Brooklyn, born and raised. So I'm definitely biased when it comes to my Jay-Z. Also born on the same day as Jay-Z. So I don't see that happening. But hey, you guys may know something that I don't know. I don't know who could battle Jay-Z. I think, I know who could. There are a few that could definitely take on, but they wouldn't win. It would be great entertainment, though. But Jay-Z versus is really not about winning, right? It really isn't a battle. It's really about the verses that that's exactly who I was going to say, Sean. Yeah, exactly. It's really about, hey, Yoda, it's really about the celebration of the music. That's really what it's about, whether it's hip hop, reggae, R&B. And speaking of R&B, so now there's this thing going around about R. Kelly. and who would be fit to battle R. Kelly? I don't think anybody. It is my opinion. It is Faya's opinion that there is no one. And look, again, before we go any further, we are not going to, discuss all the legalities that's hovering, hanging all around R. Kelly. So we're going to take that off the table if we all agree upon that. And we're just going to talk about R. Kelly, the music, the writer, the producer, the vocalist, right? I don't think there's anyone equipped. I don't think so. John Legend, no, he would have a lot to catch up to. We're talking about R. Kelly's, his catalog is through the roof. Hey, Bow-Legged Lou. Maybe Bow-Legged Lou can versus someone. Who would you verse, Bow-Legged Lou? Who would you like to verse? Like, he's from the legendary group Full Force, right? Yeah. So they danced, they produced, they rapped, they sang, they did everything. That's like more than a quadruple threat right there. So we got to think about who your group can versus. But yeah, so I don't know about that R. Kelly. I would have given it to one person, but then I thought about the other legalities that person had, who's no longer with us. Rest in peace, Michael Jackson. So let's get off of that. All right, let's just jump. So Kanye, he wants to versus Joe Biden. Kanye believes that he would win. Okay, the deal. That's DeBarge, right? The deal. All right, educate me. I'm sorry. But Kanye he says he can win against a simple write-off when it comes to him and Joe Biden. Now, I said that, Yoda. I actually put that into the comments. All right, for those who are not on Instagram. Yoda says, Foxy versus Little Kim. Full Force versus Kim Play so we can kick their freaking asses. Yes. I'm hearing your voice as you say that, as you type that. But I would love to see Foxy versus Little Kim. But I hear that one of them may not be mentally stable to do that. So I'm just going to leave that there. You guys figure that out or Google that. But one of them may not be mentally stable to do that. Or pass all the bullshit that they had in the past. So I don't know. But yeah. So Kanye thinks that he can win Joe Biden in a simple ballot write-in. So I don't know. Poor Kanye, keep him in prayers as well. Kanye is he's a little loopy. I think so. Wait, let me take that back. I don't think that he's loopy. I think that Kanye is Kanye from way back, right? Remember Kanye that snatched the microphone from Taylor Swift? I'm gonna let you finish, but we all know Beyonce really won this, right? That's Kanye. He's never been one to kind of stifle his opinion or his emotions. I think Kanye with Kim is the bipolar, hey, you need to take your medicine because we don't want you spilling and telling and everything else. So I think Kanye's just being Kanye. And he did eventually apologize about the comment that he made about North, which was really, horrific. I mean, if I was his wife and we had that moment, and then all of a sudden you're sharing this with the world. Now the whole entire world knows that I was about to take an abortion pill. Listen, that's scary. That's scary. Like secrets like that, you want to just keep to yourself, right? I mean, am I wrong? I don't know. That's a little crazy. Yeah, he needs his medicine. Hey, Easy Moji. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, maybe it wasn't the right forum, right? Now, perhaps if he had been sitting down with his wife at his side, maybe being interviewed by a okra or a kale, and he shared that information, it would have hit a little different, right? Because Kim is by his side, and but I think at a AKA rally, I think it was a little much. All right. Bowlega Lou says R. Kelly would not be good in verses because of the negative noise. Exactly. Prayers for Kanye. That brother is all over the place. He is. Yeah. Right. Well, I mean, hey, R. Kelly is still locked up. So, you know, he hasn't gotten clearance. I know they're trying to get him clearance. Um, I know they're trying to get him clearance because of COVID. So, I don't think that's going to go over too well. But hey, if he does get clearance to be under house arrest, he can have access to social media and things of that nature. So, I mean, all may not be off the table, but it would take a lot because of all the legalities he has in place, which is a lot. So, yes, Kanye is all over the place. I don't know though. He's getting some. He has an album dropping. It initially was supposed to drop, I think, this weekend, but Taylor Swift dropped hers. Kind of beat him to the punch. That Taylor Swift is sneaky. But yeah, so that's not happening now. He did show the artwork, and he did share the artwork. All right, even if he was cleared, it'd still be a nope. Okay, yeah. I'm drinking coffee, by the way. No alcohol today because the way my night was set up last night. Shout out to Pete. I was on Pete's show last night. I did drink a whole bottle of wine though. But yeah, so, I don't know. We got to keep Kanye in our prayers. He's going through it, wants a little attention, maybe because his album is coming out. I don't know. Same thing with Tamar. She was, taken into Mexican coffee. Nice. She was taken into a mental hospital because she needs some more assessment and some deeper treatment because she tried to commit suicide. Tamar Braxton, right? So, again, there's a lot going on for people, well, listen, I don't know who didn't have a crush on R. Kelly. I mean, he's like the soundtrack to a lot of our lives. So, again, take all that noise out the way and give him his props on his music because he is a musical genius. So there's that. Yes. And I was actually listening to R. Kelly this morning. So no judgment, please, people. Thank you. But yeah, so, I think that with Kanye, and I actually just read an article about this. Cool. He never really got over the loss of his mother. I don't know if you all remember this. Like, this was years ago. I can't remember the year. I have to pull it up, but really sad. Just really, really, really sad. Sometimes people want to look a certain way because they feel like they are not. Hey, Richard, how are you? Because they feel they're not. I don't know. They're just not happy with the way they look, and that's okay, right? To each his own, right? To each his own. But his mother flew to. Was it? Oh my goodness. S. Davis, help me with this one. Was it Dominican Republic or was it Brazil? I think it was DR. I think it was DR. She went to DR and she wanted to have like her whole body done, older woman trying to, listen, get her, I guess, new body or whatever. It's okay. Women do that. But she actually died from it. She died from having this surgery. And for the life of me, I couldn't understand, Kanye West had a lot of money at that time. So why would his mother fly or get these type of surgeries in Dominican Republic where, they may have, substandard facilities in case something happened? Hey, Reggie Reg of the Crash Crew. How are you? Yeah. So she passed away, unfortunately, and Kanye never really got over that. I mean, he lost his mother, who was like his everything. And, that's really, really hard. So I don't know what it's going to take for him to kind of get through this. But listen, we just have to keep him in prayer and, pray that Kim continues to cover him. She released a really nice statement about, hey, listen, Kanye is a genius. He may be in this, foggy space, right? This is verbatim, right? I mean, I'm sorry, this is not verbatim. I'm just like paraphrasing it, okay? Because I don't have it in front of me. But she said, hey, listen, this is my husband. He's a genius. I'm going to continue to cover him. Anybody he's offended, listen, don't take it personally. He goes through this and he'll apologize. Hey, Will. Yeah, just keep him in prayer. So there's that. All right, so I'm going to jump back to politics. And you guys know that I don't really like to talk about politics, but this one really touched my heart. AOC, right? The beautiful Latinx woman that she is. Hey, TJ Swan. She was called a fucking bitch by a congressperson. And just nasty. Just, I don't know if you've all been watching this, maybe not, but it's just really, really nasty that she has to go through something like that in Congress, where this man, for lack of a better word, really just called her out her name in front of everybody. Katerina, she did. And that's why I'm bringing this up. Like, the way that she handled that, and then she went out on the Senate floor and she said what she said, and she didn't make it like it was her issue, because it really wasn't, right? How many times have you been called, a bitch, or, out of your name, because of you maybe being too assertive or too intelligent, or having a man feel threatened by you, right? This happened to me. Yeah, but you know what, Katerina, that's why, and I said the same thing. I probably wouldn't have handled it that way, with such class and dignity, right? I probably would have got a knife somewhere and just like, catch him on the sneak, because that's the Brooklyn in me. But yeah, she really deserves much props for that. And she's gonna be around, she's not intimidated. And that's what I love. Hey, Elise, that's what I love about her. She's from the Bronx, she's from New York, she's gritty, like, and she said that, I've been called worse, right? She's been called worse, but to be where she is in her life, and having to still have to deal with stuff like that, really, really sad. So I think it's Representative Yoho. Now we can crack on his name all day, but he actually stepped down, I think, from a Christian board or something that he was on behind this. So still not enough, though. I think he really deserves to have some more repercussions from this. Oh yeah, I can get very angry, but again, I don't think I could handle it the way AOC did. So when I'm behind her 100%, whatever she wants to do, she has my vote. Yeah, I think it's is it Representative Yoho? I'd have to confirm it, but yeah, she's definitely a class act, and probably because of where she's from, he didn't anticipate that she would act so classy and with dignity, right? But no, she did. She really did. And then she made it a woman problem, right? It's not something that just happened to her. This happens to women everywhere. Men sometimes feel that they can use that, dominant card. And yes, I know we're talking about politics. I'll get off of it in a minute. But yeah, so that's we're talking about AOC and how brilliant she is. To me, that is my opinion, right? All right, let me catch up here. All right, Dominican doctors were probably willing to do risky surgeries American doctors wouldn't do. Or price. The price is very cheap there. Very, very cheap. Kanye's mom passing truly affected him. Urine. Still have a crush on R. Kelly. I'm so gonna get you, Bow-Legged Lou. I will. Yeah, she did. She definitely did check his ass. Yeah. So yeah. Good stuff. Really good stuff. What else we got going on here? What's going on in so there was a march. My family did hold a march. So shout out to my aunt Stephanie. She did hold a march in New York City for Mothers Against Violence. So that was really cool. I couldn't be there, unfortunately, but I hear that it was just a very successful event. So that's good. Shout out to people like Stephanie, who are, they're not just standing there watching. They're going out and they're taking action in the right way, right? Making positive noise to bring awareness to, this nonsense that's going on in our streets in New York City, with babies being killed, right? Gun violence and all that stuff. And speaking of violence, did you see this bodega beatdown in Harlem? Has anybody seen that video? Oh my goodness, I saw 2 horrible videos over the past week that I have to share with you because it's just on my head. Did anybody see the video with the father and the daughter getting their behinds? I mean, like literally beat in, not just literally, really like beat in a Harlem bodega. Did anybody see that? You didn't see that? Oh my goodness, I have to share the link. It is horrible. And so in Harlem, nobody has a mask on in this bodega. And I don't know what was said, what was done. You couldn't watch it, right? It was brutal. I mean, they beat the father. They're cracking bottles over his head. They're, cracking bottles over the girl's head. Like, what in the world? What is in the air in New York City? This is what I need to know. What is in the air in New York City? I mean, really, really shocking that people, I mean, it was so many people can stand around and watch this happen. And then, nobody do anything. I think there was one guy that maybe he took a bottle out of the guy's hand as he tried to, crack it over the father's head. But what? I'm not understanding this. Does anybody have any more information on this? Like why they did what they did? Not to, I mean, it's not, yeah, they did. That's what I said. They whipped her naked. That's what I said. Somebody said, no, it was the color or the clothing that she had on, but I saw a crack. That's what I saw. I saw a crack. I saw ass crack. Maybe, I don't know. I wasn't trying to look that hard, but that's what I saw. But yeah, it was very, very, very nasty. And I hear that they had just moved from Mexico to New York for a better life. And then to have to deal with, this is just disgusting. Even more disgusting. I don't know if you all saw this. There was a shooting in, oh my goodness, I can't remember where, but the name of the store was called Coney Island. I'd have to pull it back up. And so there are these young kids in the store, young, okay, they're like between 22 and 25 years old. And they're ordering something at a window, a guy and a girl. And behind them, there are maybe like 5 guys standing, and the 5 guys are, who knows what they're talking about. You can't hear the audio. You can only see the video. And the guy turns around and just pulls out a gun and starts shooting the guys. He shot 3 of them like point blank right in the head. Did anybody see that video? Somebody sent it to me, and it just like, it really haunted me. And they were all black in this video, which was really crazy. The guy runs out of the store still shooting people. He felt that he was going to be robbed by the guys, so he kills 3 of them and shoots another one. So really crazy. So, I say all that to say you really have to be careful because people are not stable. You need to know this. Like, people are not stable. I read somewhere that this woman got her behind beat because she refused to let someone use the ATM. They wanted to, actually, they wound up beating her and she died. They wanted to use the ATM. She's inside the ATM. They wanted her to open the door. She's like, no, I don't know you. She's getting her money out. Then she leaves. They follow her. And then they beat her. Somebody else comes out of nowhere and beat this young woman. They beat her and she gets taken to the hospital. And she is, maybe she has some internal bruising or whatever. She wasn't feeling good. And then she tells her sister, I can't stay here. I can't stay in the hospital because I can't afford to pay the bill. So she discharged herself and she leaves. And then she goes home. And the doctors warned her. They say, hey, you could potentially have blood clots. If you leave here, you could probably die. She left and then she wound up dying. So really sad, but people are mentally unstable. So just sometimes it's not worth it. Hey, you want to go in front of me? You want to cut me off and jump because you think you're going to get to that light faster? Let them. Just let them. It's just not that serious. Really isn't. So yeah, they're trying to send our kids to school in September. Yeah. They're trying to send our kids to school because I heard that President Trump mentioned that he said in a live news briefing that, kids, he said they're stoppers of the virus. How false is that? Kids are stoppers of the virus? Don't believe the hype, people. That's not true. Kids will get, they will get the virus, and they can transfer it on to, Arizona is still a hot zone, right? And transfer it on to, someone who has a, um, who may be at risk because they have an underlying condition. And that person could potentially die. So, no, I think it's not that serious. I think that, first of all, our kids are probably doing very good anyway. And then listen, you look back at all the things you learned in high school and in elementary school and in, middle school, and think about how much you use that stuff today. So, I mean, it's not that serious to me. It's not that serious. No, it isn't. Yeah. Hey, Rob Lowe and Lorenzo Vaughn. Hello. Yeah, it's not that serious. So, and then we see in the polls now, they're releasing the polls that show nationally that Biden is actually leading Donald Trump. Yes. Well, we know that Trump is very unstable, but we also know that Biden, he's not the sharpest crayon in the box either, right? In terms of cognitive ability, they both may be slipping a little bit. They're both getting up in age, but we already know that Trump is not. His cheese has slid off of his cracker. We know that, but right now these are all we have. We have Biden and we have Trump. So choose wisely, people. November 3rd, choose wisely, because everybody's life will depend on this choice. Your money will depend on this choice. The future of our economy and how we're dealing with COVID. That's going to be the huge. Who's going to be the VP for Trump is going to be a huge issue. So Katerina says they're saying they have to wait till August, at least in New York. There's another possible virus that will hit the children. Exactly. Well, what I actually shared on my Facebook page is that there are 6 different strains of COVID. Did you know that? They want to have children wear masks for 8 hours, but let the people out. Exactly. Like, that makes no sense. Really? You're letting people out of jail and now you're forcing our kids to go back to school? That is horrible. Like, what? How does this? Who? I can't. I don't understand it. I really don't understand it. Yeah, Cuomo would make a great VP. Is it too late for that? Because, well, if Cuomo goes there, then who's going to govern New York? He can't. He has to pick. He has to pick one role. He can't do both. Can't do both. Hey Ben, how are you? He can't do both. So I don't know. Cuomo would really make a good president. Like, I'd vote for him. Cuomo can make it if it's write in. Really? So even if they write him in, he can still be president and or VP, even if he is. That's interesting. Well, let's do it. I say we all do it. I say, listen. I say that we all write in Cuomo for president. That's what I say. That's what I say. I think Biden would be great, but I also think, sometimes when you watch him speak, it's just like, I'm cringing because sometimes he forgets what's next. I don't know if you've seen that. Or he will jumble and mumble his words. Who else does that? Nancy Pelosi. It's like watching not my grandmother. I mean, my grandmother, hey, my grandma, she doesn't miss a beat. But it would be like watching your grandma, not mine though. You're just like, oh, what are they going to say next? He should be VP, get some experience and go for press. But I think he's presidential. I think Cuomo is already presidential. I think he's more than capable, right? It's in his blood, right? He can do it. He can be the president-elect, but it's up to the Electoral College to accept that. Well, I think he would have all of New York behind him. I know that, but that's not enough. A woman VP would be nice, but who? Who? That is the question. Who? And definitely has to be someone very young for Biden, because yes, see, AOC, I agree. I think she is perfect for the VP pick. I do. But is she ready? A lot of people are saying she may not be ready. I think she's perfect though. So we'll see. there is a new campaign. There's a few to pick from, but if you look really hard, it really isn't, in my opinion. But there's a new campaign. Hopefully, everybody here is registered to vote. 100 days. We have 100 days today until November 3rd. So you should, at this point, know where you're going to go to vote, right? If you don't know, maybe you haven't voted in a while. You want this to be the year that you go back to voting. You want this to be the year. Nope, I don't think. I think she's no. I think we need someone younger than Maxine Waters. I do. I think we need someone younger. I think what's happening in this country is that we need that younger generation, that younger energy. Anyone but Kanye 2020. Yeah, well, poor Kanye. Nah, Kanye couldn't do it for us. No, not at all. From Cali, are you talking about Kamala Harris? Is that who you're talking about? From Cali? There's a few people that I know that he's vetting, but I would be thrilled if he could just say, hey, I want Cuomo. Cuomo, you have to be my guy, right? That would be awesome. But again, we know that there are like, certain things. There's paperwork that has to be filed. It's all that stuff that we know nothing about. But maybe Tony Hubert does. Tony, are you still on? Maybe he can pop on and share some information with us. Nope, he's not on. Yeah, but there's that stuff you have to, deal with. But all right, what else is going on in the world today? Oh, we talked about the kids going back to school. Here's something. They did say that there's about they've discovered 6 strains of coronavirus. So I know that, I had it 2.5 times. Did I share that with you all? I did have it 2.5 times. Hey, Najee, how are you? But then when I got tested for the antibodies, there were no antibodies there. So maybe they were testing me for a strain that I didn't have. So now maybe they can test me for the strain that I did have, right? This is all in my head, people. All in my head. It's all in my head. But now we know, right? They're learning, and this is what has to happen. Time has to pass. People, they get sick, and then they're drawing their blood, and then they're examining that, and then they're doing autopsies on people. I thought I got sick. I did in February. Yeah, and I had a cough. I had a really bad cough. I was sick for like 2 weeks. Had a really bad cough. I think I picked the cough up from a what was the screening I went to for a BET show. Lena Waithe. She has there was Boomerang, and there was another show that they showed at that night. There was this woman sitting behind me. She coughed. Oh, she was coughing. You know how somebody's doing something near you and it's uncomfortable and you want to get up, but it was the middle of the screening. I wanted to get up, but I didn't. So she's coughing behind me, and just like, didn't get up. By the time I got home, I felt a tickle in my throat. That could have been in my head. But anyway, the next 2 days, I did become very sick. I didn't have a fever, but I became very, very tired. And I had chills. Let me see. The cough was there. Okay, Najee, sure. Yeah, I was sick for like a few days. I was sick actually for like probably 5 days, but the cough stayed. The cough was horrible. The cough was just horrible. So yeah, so I think I had it then. And that was early February. Well, like the second and third week in February, before COVID was really like, big. So you got tested and you were negative, but you'll get it again. So so you got tested to see if you have COVID, or did you? Oh yeah, no, I don't. That wasn't a smoker's cough. I don't smoke. Excuse you, BK Black. I don't smoke. Me? No, I'll tear edible up though, but I don't smoke. So wait, did you get tested the COVID test, or did you get the antibodies test? Did you do that? Because that's different. The antibodies test will check to see if, hey, Ray Darnell, an old friend. No, you're not an old friend. You're a friend. Um, but the antibodies test will test your blood to see if you have the antibodies is because you were sick, right? But now what they're saying is like, hey, listen, that doesn't even matter because you can have the antibodies and they'll go away like a few weeks. So can't rely on that antibodies test. It was as bad as a smoker's cough. Okay, raspy. Yeah, dry cough. Yes, dry cough. It was that dry cough. No, sorry, it developed into a dry cough. My cough actually was a very non-productive cough where it felt like I would cough so hard to get phlegm up, but it wouldn't come up. And I would get so winded trying to cough. And then my chest would really, really hurt. So yeah, no. But yeah, I don't know. I don't have the antibodies. So that, you know what that means? That means I'm going to set my ass right here. I'll be right here. I won't be going anywhere. I don't like to be around crowds still, not comfortable, even though I have the face shield and I have the mask. And speaking of masks, I have this really cool mask. Easy AD gifted me with this from the Cold Crush Brothers. How cool is this? So this is a cool mask that goes and wraps around. So thank you, Easy AD, for my mask. And he also, I love gifts, by the way. So feel free to send me gifts if you have t-shirts, products, things you want me to try. Feel free to send me those gifts. I'm hiding this piece of hair. So yeah, so also Easy AD has this really crushed shea butter, which is really, really, really nice. My skin gets very, very dry, but the shea butter, oh my, see, I've already used it. Look how much I've used already. You see that? It's really good. It's really, really good. I love, and it gives you a good shine. You see how I'm shining there? So, okay, I'm not going to do a whole commercial for the Crush Shea experience, but I did want to share with you that I really, really love this. So, all right, go. Some of the COVID tests were defeated and infected. Defeated? Did you mean damaged and infected? We have to be very, very careful. Yeah. So you know now, in order to travel to certain places, because I was going to go to Puerto Rico. I was looking to go to Puerto Rico. I was going to book Friday to go to Puerto Rico. Unfortunately, Puerto Rico says, no, slow your roll. We don't want you guys yet. Not yet. You can't come here unless you live here. So Puerto Rico's out. And those who know me know that I love Puerto Rico. I'm normally there twice a year. Now, Jamaica says you can come, but in order for you to come, you have to submit a traveler's form now. This is what they want you to do. If you're traveling to certain places, you have to take a COVID test, an active COVID test to see if you have the, virus in your system, which is great. However, right, here's the thing. Some people are asymptomatic. Some people will not show that they have the signs or symptoms of COVID. And I just heard yesterday that they are working on a test that will, oh, my hair. Yeah, you know what it is? They're working on a test to identify COVID in the asymptomatic people. So the reason why this little piece of hair keeps popping up is because when I first learned to put lashes on, this is a funny story. So, hey, Lord Bishop. Hey, Bishop, what's up? Haven't seen you in a minute. Ladies will really understand this. Guys, not so much. But there's this little piece of hair, right there, that when I was learning to put lashes on, right, and I was no good at it, that piece of hair would get stuck, right? So I would, and then it broke, and then now it pops out every now and again to haunt me. So that's what it is. Thank you, Cuzzo. But yeah. So traveling, getting back to traveling is something that, we're all sitting still, right? Some of us are okay to move about the cabin, which is great. But if you want to travel, you have to have a form, some type of form or some type of documentation that shows that you don't have COVID, which you can get. The form, you can get that filled out. However, you have to make sure that you are not positive. So you can get the test. Let's say you test on a Monday. And then you leave Friday. You get your results back Friday. But guess what? COVID can sit in your system and not show up. until, like BK Black says, he's going to get tested in another week, right? Did you mention that? Did you say, oh, who's going to get tested again in another 2 weeks? Because what they're finding out is that some people will get tested because they feel off. So they'll say, hey, let me just make sure I'm okay. Let me go get myself checked out. So they will go get tested and it's negative, right? So first of all, you have to wait like a whole week to get the results back. Then when you get it back and it's negative, maybe you're still feeling a little under the weather. Okay, Najee, I'll check it out after I'm done. You're still feeling under the weather, right? And then let's say you go and you get tested again, and then you have to wait a whole nother week for those results. Now, 2 weeks have passed. Then it comes back that you're positive, right? That's horrible. So you've paid for your trip and now you can go nowhere because guess what? You're positive. So it is, yeah, it's a lot. I don't understand why at this point we don't have a rapid, I know they mentioned it, but you have to be like in the hospital and really really sick in order to get this rapid response COVID test. So, but some I know Amazon and hopefully the company I work for will get access to these rapid tests. Amazon, they are actually checking their workers when they come in. I did read that. But yeah, because you need the results right away. You don't want to be walking around and you know you're off, right? You know you feel off. But because your test is negative, like somebody mentioned to me, oh, I might have the flu. No, people, you don't get the flu in the middle of the summer. So, should you not feel at your best, what you want to do is definitely quarantine yourself. If you don't show symptoms, I believe the new recommendation is that you quarantine yourself for 10 days. Is that it? 10 days? But listen, just stay away from people. That's all. Just stay away from people. Wear your mask. Don't be so bent on trying to run back out and have fun. I think if we sit still, then we can all get back to that sooner than later. Wouldn't you agree? My coffee is cold. That's the one thing I can't stand is cold coffee. I can drink cold tea, but I don't like cold coffee at all. I'm doing it again. I know. Yeah. All right. Well, it's about 3:49 and we've talked about a lot. Is there anything that we didn't talk about that we need to discuss? I'll wait. Don't forget to check me out. Those who are brave. Don't forget to check me out Tuesday nights at 11 p.m. for Pillow Talk on my IG Live or my Facebook Live. And that's the show where we talk about all things naughty and nice in regards to sex and love. I think we can talk about love sometimes. We can. But for the most part, we've been trying to get our sex lives. So are we good? Anything else we need to cover? How much time do I have, Knowledge? I didn't get my cue yet. That doesn't mean I could if I wanted to. I mean, I can talk. I can talk. Okay, there it is. 5 minutes. Yeah. All right. Do we need to discuss anything else? What else is coming up for next week? I did hear that, so yes, New York is in a phase 4 finally, right? No, I don't have 10 minutes. DJ Sin, you're not the producer. I have 5 minutes because the show has to be handed off on DTF to the next show behind me. Yeah, thank you, Knowledge. I know, I caught it here. Any update on the Laughaholic show? Laughaholic, well, yeah, they're still doing that. That's Ray DeJean's, that's his baby, the drive-in show. They're still doing that. You can still do that safely. They are also doing drive-in movies, so that's something that's taken off now. Yeah, you'd have to check Ray's page for that. Ray DeJean, RayDejon on Instagram. But that was something cool to do. These days, I pretty much spend my time at the beach. I brought a season pass for Belmar Beach, so that's where I am. That's where you can find me. I actually was going to go today, but I got a little tied up. But Yeah, I'm at the beach. You can do that as long as you wear your masks, right? You don't have to wear your mask as you sit on the beach, but if you're walking on the boardwalk, or me, I like to skate on the boardwalk. So when I go through crowds, I wear a mask. So you want to make sure that you stay safe there. Other than that, where else are people going? I was invited to a video shoot. I couldn't make that. So shout out to those who do that. Do that. I couldn't make that. I won't blow up. I won't give that name away, but I couldn't make it because I'm just not there yet. But there are people that are doing that. Like I mentioned before, there was a bar, a restaurant in Queens that was in Astoria, Queens. Did you guys hear about that? That was shut down. Well, they weren't shut down. Actually, their permit to have or serve alcohol outdoors was pulled away because 50 Cent actually went there one time, and they posted a picture of a Brick Bar. Thank you. I'm talking about the Brick Bar. Yes, Brick Bar. And 50 Cent posted a picture, and hey, Kenneth, they reposted it saying, hey, even 50 Cent knows that the Brick Bar is like the hottest spot to be. So then they held a Branson cognac event there with like 5 DJs. And so that's 50 Cent's brand, cognac brand, if those of you who don't know. And so, oh my goodness, everybody and their mama came. I had to make sure my mother wasn't out there. It was packed. I mean, there were so many people. Like it was nothing. Like, hey, this is the club. They're outside. They think they're safe. You know, predominantly not wearing masks and drinking. You know, it was club night on the street. So you know what Cuomo did? Not on my watch, he said. And he pulled their permit to serve alcohol outside. So a lot of that is happening. Cuomo is not having it. He does not want to go back to where New York came from. And I don't blame him on that. I don't blame him. So even if businesses or establishments don't follow the rules, right, then he's going to make them. So and they even actually took away the Cuomo chips. I saw businesses being very creative by saying, hey, well, we don't sell food, but what we're going to do is we're going to give away Cuomo chips. Nope, can't do that now. So it's like you have to follow the rules, people. So that is that. Thank you for tuning in. You could have been anywhere in the world today from 3 to 4, but you were here with me. And I appreciate you all. Stay safe, stay sane, and see you Tuesday, 11 p.m. Pillow Talk Live with Fire, right? Let me teach you some things, or perhaps you can teach me some things, all right? Thanks everybody for tuning in. Peace. I'm going to punch out here first.